Now today I'm going to be showing you how to make what I call my rose and stem keychain. Here's the rose and the stem. Simple, but cute. It has one of these clips I have not yet put on yet. Something like this. I put those on the end so it just hangs off there. But you could use really any clip you want. You could use the big one, you could use whatever one that comes with it. So it's about a 20-minute project, and it's not that hard, but it takes a bit of practice to get all the petals and stuff even. So first you need make the stem, which for that you will need a safety pin and some green duct tape, and I'll make one for you really quick. But before that, you should probably have a board like this. It makes stuff a lot easier to work with. An X-Acto knife, so you can cut off everything that you need to the perfect. It's easier than a scissors. So what you kind of do is just kind of even it on here. You just kind of roll it right up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Just kind of roll it. Stick it right on there. And then you'll be left with this weird thing on top. So you go with the scissors, or you can just use the knife if you want. The X-Acto knife, you don't have to. I prefer to use the scissors. But you just cut this off. Just cut that little thing off, so you're left with this. And then you stab a hole in right there, because you need a slot for the keychain to go in the little hole. Just kind of stab it in, twist it a little bit. Other side, stab, twist. Got to shove a hole. It will start to, the duct tape will start to come off right there. That's just natural, I guess. So now you have your stem, which I have a lot made up, but it's because I sell these. You're lucky I'm teaching you how to do it. So I got my stem. And then to make the actual flower part, you need 2 feet of duct tape. So you roll it out, roll out 2 feet, which I got a bad camera here. Okay. Roll out 2 feet. Forgive my slowness. And try to make sure that they're on the, like, between the black lines. So then that will be like that. So that will be, I don't know how to explain it. Just put it on there, line it up correctly. If you know what I mean. And these boards are like $10 at Walmart, along with like $10 for X-Acto knives to go with it and everything. So they're not too bad considering they last quite a long time. So what I am going to do is cut this into 1-inch squares. So every time you see an inch mark, you cut, and you cut down the middle of each strip. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I have all of my pieces cut into 1 square inch, now I can begin to start to make the petals. Now for the petals, just pull one up, and you will fold it in like that. And then you switch to the other side, and you fold the other side in. So then you have this fancy little petal shape that you have made. I don't know if you saw that. I'll do another one. Fold that. And then you fold the other other side. Fancy little pedal. What I do is I lay them down on my board neatly so they're in little rows. But you will just keep going until all of them are completed. Now that you have finished doing all your pedals, which will equal to be about 48 or so, it is time to start attaching them to your stem. And to do that, you actually kind of got to make a pattern, and it gets kind of confusing, but I'll try to walk you through it. The first one, put on just, like yay much above the thing, and you have to wrap it around. So it will look something like that, and you try to attach the second one quite quickly because the first one will come off. So I'm holding it right now. And then you will, from the top, you will stick that over just a little bit. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. It's hard. Go like that. You wrap it again. So then you have a second one. So it's like right next to the first one. And then the third one should make up the first row. And I'm not saying you're going to count rows here, but 3 should be the main base, because then it makes sense. And then between the last one you put on and the first one you put on, you should put one right in between there. And I actually made my last one too low, so I'll put that one on again. Making the pedals is what takes the longest, but sometimes if you don't do this part right, this takes a long time too. And just ignore the fact that I am using orange, which is a long story why I changed colors. And then from these two on the second level, you can see those where I put the first. So now I'm going to move them over to that gap. So it's like filling in the gaps. All I'm doing is filling in all the gaps. And so that one, and then you got your second 3. And then you kind of gotta, like, I don't know, just find a kind of a gap and you just kind of push it there, I guess. I just kind of go what looks right, but I have a lot of practice, so I normally kind of go to the next gap and move it over. If you know what I mean. Probably don't. And I just kind of find a spot, and eventually I look at it and make sure it's looking pretty even. You don't want to keep stacking them like this or whatever, unless you literally want to look down and see a row like that. I mean, if you don't want it all, if you want it spaced out, then make it spaced out. You plan ahead. You don't just completely do. You gotta plan this stuff. This does get confusing at points. And yes, there is times when I am at the end of the keychain, I will find a mistake that I made in the middle or in the game, and I will have to start over because it will be that major. And I will do it because it will bug me for the rest of time. So like right there, it actually looks like there's kind of a wide open gap right there. So I'm going to try to move this over a little bit so that won't be there. Won't be as bad at least. And all you do is you put all of them on. And a lot of people will have to pause the video at this point and then show it when it's all on, but I do this fast enough. I've done this so many times that I don't even think I really even have to pause the video. I make so many of these and I sell them. Sell them for $3 actually. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to sell them at the Little Falls craft fair summer of 2013. We have to pay for a booth and la-di-da-di-da, and you know I'm not going to do that, so let's see if I can get by with doing it legally, because I can't pay for no booth. The booths were $400. It's not happening. At the craft fair, I would plan on selling them for about $5, because it's a big thing. and there's a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure that everybody jacks their prices up when the occasions are bigger. And at points like this, when you get higher up, it's actually my last pedal, you can see that kind of, it gets in the way of that thing. So you kind of gotta, you know, like do a crease or whatever, and then you stick it down. And then you cut right at that crease, so it will be, you can just kind of stick it right on, like that. The camera's backwards. Excuse me, I'm confused as how it goes sometimes. Okay, so that is your flower, root and stem thing. And sometimes I don't like how big it is, whatever. Sometimes I just kind of push it down. It seems too big at points, but. And that is how you do that. Not too hard. So again, hope you have fun making this and hopefully actually do it successfully. Tell your friends about it. You know, maybe have contests, see how many of you can do it. How many of you can make, you know, 3 of them the fastest or something, I don't know. I've timed myself several times. It takes me 20 minutes to make one. Yeah, it's always 20 minutes, so you guys might be a little longer because you're beginners, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and tell me if you liked it, so I can show you how I make more duct tape stuff.